Hi, I'm JJ Barnes and you're watching another episode of Creative Writing Advice. If you don't know me, my name's JJ. I am the author of How to Write a Story, which you can get now on Amazon. I also have several other books released, a TV show and a film in production. And I'm here giving you writing advice that I have learned over the years, things that have really helped me in my career, hoping to make you a better and more confident writer. So today I'm going to be talking to you about writing high stakes. And the essential theory of this is if your story hasn't got high stakes, it doesn't really matter. And that is because your story is following your protagonist, your main character, on their journey to getting something. And if it doesn't really matter if they get it or not, your story doesn't really have any stakes, there's no real reason to care. For instance, if say you're writing a YA story and the stakes are that your character wants to go to a party this weekend. We've all been there, presumably. I know I have. But my life wasn't a story, so if I didn't get to go to the party this weekend, I could just go to the party the weekend after or in a couple of weeks. It didn't really matter, even if to me it felt like it mattered. In the wide scheme of things, it didn't matter. And for your story, it has to matter. There has to be a reason it's this party and this weekend. Now, that could be because they know something terrible is going to happen, like Buffy having to get to the party because if she doesn't go, monsters will attack, so she has to get there. Or it could be something more mundane. The boy or girl character likes is going to be there and she has to get to him before the antagonist, another girl who likes him, does. As long as there is a reason it's this event now, this situation that matters, your story will have high stakes. Now, the easiest, clearest way of talking about this is, say, the stakes are aliens are invading, right? Think of Independence Day. If they do not find out how to stop this alien invasion, humanity will be wiped out. That is pretty high stakes. Your audience sees exactly why it matters. You are there, you are rooting for them, you are hoping that they get what they want, which is to stop the alien invasion, so that the planet can be saved. Easy high stakes drama. You see why it matters. It's right there in front of you. If they fail, humanity is wiped out. You get it. Makes total sense. But you can still have high stakes drama in more mundane stories that haven't got end of the world consequences. And that's what I'm going to focus on, because I think if someone talks about high stakes, that is where your brain is going to go. You're going to go to the big drama. So it's probably easier to see examples of it, easier to find examples of it, and easier to write it. But we aren't all writing that sort of story. So I'm going to be talking about the book Call Me Maybe by Stephie Chapman. That story is about Cassie, who has fallen in love with Jesse Franklin as a teenager, a boy in a band, and as an adult woman, she tracks him down on Facebook. It's a simple enough to understand concept. It's girl meets boy, girl falls in love with boy, girl wants relationship with boy, and obstacles get in their way. They're in other countries. But it's still high stakes. And the reason it is high stakes is because you understand why it matters. You understand why it's that boy. You understand why it has to be now. Because it's that boy, because she fell in love with him as a teenager. There is only one Jesse Franklin in the whole world. She has never gotten over that crush. And she has finally got the opportunity to get what she has always wanted. That is why it matters. And it has to be now, because they're in other countries. If they don't make it work, they aren't going to get a chance to see each other down the pub every Friday night and figure things out. It has to be now, because otherwise they are going to be separated forever. And that is your stakes. You show why it matters, because it's that person who she is in love with, and you show why it has to be now. If she could just be like, well, I love Jesse Franklin, but there's always another guy, I can always find somebody else, the relationship would not have high stakes. It wouldn't, because, well, okay, you're not that interested in him, it could be somebody else, that's fine, but it's not. It has to be Jesse Franklin. And it could be, well, we can see him some other time, it's alright. If it doesn't work out on this bit of time together, we'll try again. No, has to be now. And that is where the stakes are. So that is what you take into your own writing. You show why it matters, both to the character and to the audience. So you make your audience care. They care about Cassie and they care about Jesse. You are rooting for them. You want them to figure it out. You want their relationship to work. So you care. It matters emotionally. And then you show what the pressure is. The time pressure has to be applied. And that way, the stakes are raised. If nobody cares about it, and if there's no pressure, it doesn't matter. There are no stakes. Your story isn't interesting. A really good way of applying pressure in terms of time is to apply a time lock to your story. Now, this is when it is now or never, but through artificially created circumstances. The easiest examples of seeing this is in sports movies. Think of Bring It On, think of Rocky, anything like that, anything where there is a final competition. Dodgeball is a great example. If they fail at that final competition, they've lost. It's over. So it matters now. That is their build-up to a moment that has to be done. And they can't go on longer than that because the competition is at a certain time. And they can't try again because the competition is once and then it's over. I applied a time lock in Lilly, Prospero and the Magic Rabbit. I'm going to do it without spoilers, so just bear with me. So in Lilly, Prospero and the Magic Rabbit, she is working at a company called Adamantine. She's a 15-year-old girl, she's doing like an internship. She finds out about a final gathering. Now, while she's been at Adamantine, she has been wanting to work out, are the people there good? Are they bad? What are they doing? And it matters. She cares about it. But when she finds out about a final gathering, the pressure is on. Because if she doesn't find out what it is they're doing, they could be doing something incredibly dangerous or incredibly good. And she needs to know, because if it's incredibly dangerous, obviously she's going to want to have to stop it. And if it's incredibly good, maybe she wants to be part of it and she's learning who she can trust and who is a good person. The final gathering puts pressure on Lilly, and it puts pressure on the story, and it drives you towards the climax. The stakes are raised because it has to end soon. Thank you very much for watching my video on how to write high stakes. As I say, you can do it very, very easily in End of the World or Kidnap, because the person will die, and you've got plenty of high stakes drama. But you can do it in a mundane story about real life, ordinary circumstances, as long as you care about why that character wants it and you understand why it has to be this situation and it has to be now. I hope this has helped. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm bringing you a video every Monday, Wednesday and Friday about 9:30. I also have quite a big back catalogue of videos on here, so if you're looking for something specific, I've probably covered it at some point or another in varying forms. I'm trying to use references from pop culture, stories, things that we're all familiar with, so that it's easy and accessible. And if I do refer to something that's a little bit less known, I'm going to talk you through it, explain what it is so that everybody can follow along. I want this to be as accessible and easy to get with as possible. So thank you very much. Also, don't forget my book, How to Write a Story. You can actually win a signed copy this month in the Siren Stories giveaway. If you go to sirenstories.co.uk, you can sign up there once and you'll be entered into the free giveaway competition every single month. And this month it's How to Write a Story, signed by me. So don't miss out on that. It's completely free. There's no reason not to do it. If you go to my website, which is jjbarnes.co.uk, over there you will find links to all the books I've written, including Lilly, Prospero and the Magic Rabbit, if you want to find out about that final gathering. There's also my blog where I'm doing writing advice there too. Come find me on social media, talk to me, tell me what you're doing, and drop me a comment below about what the high stakes are in your story. What are you doing to put the pressure on, to add the tension, and to make it so it has to be this situation and it has to be now? Thank you very much. I will be back again soon. Bye.